became very real when at that moment I wouldn't or couldn't wake up. Everything was in Technicolor. The people were real. They were holding me down. I felt the pressure on me. As they were cutting, I felt the pain I'd never experienced. I felt the friction of the serrated edge. I heard the noises of it, what it made as it went through flesh and bone. I will never forget those images. I think I was watching a lot of news at the time. It was during the war in Syria when people from England were being recruited to fight. I began watching videos online being sent back by some of those fighters. Never in my life would I choose to watch such material, but all these wars were going on, so I wanted to know why, or at least see what is happening. As you can imagine, any war scenario taking place is not a nice thing. Taking a weapon to harm another being is shocking, but what I was exposed to, this was no ordinary war. These people were barbarians, sick, twisted and calculating evil. Never before had I witnessed on live camera an 8-year-old child and a man both savagely beheaded while still conscious. No pain relief, no sharp guillotine, but a blunt knife, tied up, held down, brains, spinal cord, mouths and eyes still moving. This gave me a very rude awakening. I remember at this time David Cameron was Prime Minister. On a news programme it was reported that jihadis were indoctrinating British men and women to go to Syria to fight and die for Islam. I never properly understood any of the wars in our history, although I'd seen films and old combat footage. And in my view, wars were always so convincing that there's some bad people coming to get us, so we must defend ourselves. This was different. I realised this is a kill or be killed situation. This is a bigger monster which is going to directly bite us in the arse. This was a level of cruelty I'd never seen or heard of, except for something in medieval times. Not only that, but to have this on our doorstep in plain sight, yet nobody batted an eyelid. Here in this moment, something very dark like a fog came over me. I started worrying about certain dots and trying to make sense of things. I was in a panic because I could see what was coming and realised I got a few lessons I need to catch up on. Reality smacked me hard. I went from my adulthood back to childhood and back in an instant, but relived every second of it. I keep seeking and wanting answers, with the odd breakdown in the middle.